Good morning, students. Now in this class 10 new chapter is our triangle. Okay. So in triangle we have done lot of things in the previous class, but here in class 10 we have to study about the similar triangles. So first of all we have to understand what is called similar figure. So similar figure is the figures having the same shape but not necessarily with the same size. What does that mean? I'll just tell you now. The figures having the same shape but not have the same size means shape will be the same but size may not be same. If we take an example, a circle, this is one circle with center this another circle with center this, but these two are the same shape but size you can see clearly different because its radius is smaller and this radius is larger. Similarly, if we talk about a rectangle, this is a rectangle, this also is a rectangle, but this rectangle has length and breadth, this also has length and breadth. If you see, the shape is same but the size is quite different. So this type of figure is known as your similar figures. Okay. So second point, we have the similar triangle. Okay. In two similar triangles, the two triangles are said to be similar if their corresponding angles are equal and their corresponding sides are proportional. Okay. If two triangles we are talking about, if we say the two triangles, let a triangle is your this triangle is ABC, A, B and C. Another triangle we are taking a little larger than this, okay, P, Q and R. So the two triangle we have a triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Okay. Now if we say angle A is equal to angle P, angle B will be equal to angle Q, angle C will be equal to angle R. So these three are the corresponding angles and they are equal. If the two triangles are similar, then these two results holds. Okay. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. So A corresponding to P, B corresponds to Q and C corresponds to R. So angle A equal to angle P, first part, angle B equal to angle Q and angle C equal to angle R. So if the triangle ABC, if triangle ABC similar, this is the symbol to represent the same shape. So this is similar. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Okay. Then we have the two relations. First one, angle A equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q and angle C is equal to angle R. And the second one, what I said, their corresponding sides are proportional. Proportional means when the two ratios are equal, then it is said to be proportion. The corresponding sides, the AB corresponding to PQ, the ratio of AB to PQ will be equal to ratio of BC to QR equal to ratio of AC to PR. Okay. So if the two triangles are similar, then first result is all the corresponding angles are equal, and second one is the ratio of their corresponding sides AB by PQ equal to BC by QR equal to AC by PR. So this is the concept of your two similar triangles. Got it? Okay, whenever the two triangles are similar, then these two results always holds. Got it? Okay. So here in this chapter we have the first theorem, is very important. Always it used to come in the exam, that theorem number 1, whose name is basic proportionality theorem. In short we say it as BPT, or one more name of it is called Thales theorem. Okay. So name is your Thales theorem. Now we go for the statement. Statement of this theorem. So what is the statement of this theorem? So the statement of theorem is, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle intersecting the other two sides in distinct points, then it divides the other two sides in the same ratio. This is the complete statement. So sometimes it comes in exam, state and prove the basic proportionality theorem or state and prove the Thales theorem. The first you have to quote this statement and then you have to go to for proof. Okay, now we are going to prove this theorem. Okay, to prove any theorem we have to go for the few steps. The first step is your given, second step is to prove, third step is construction if required, and then fourth step is proof. We will go by one. So first of all, to prove any theorem in geometry, we have to draw the correct figure. What the statement says, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, so definitely there is a triangle. So first you have to draw one triangle. Let the triangle is A, B, C. And if we draw a line, let the line L we have drawn parallel to one side which intersect the other two sides at two distinct points. Let the point is D and point is E. Okay. So triangle is ABC. According to statement, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, let the line L is drawn parallel to BC of the triangle. Then this line intersect the other two sides in two distinct points. Let the L intersects AB and CD at the two different sides at two distinct points D and E. So what is given? So first we have to write the step given. What is given? Given in triangle ABC, L is parallel to BC, which intersect AB and AC at D and E respectively. Okay. Now second step is to prove. What we have to prove? So we have to prove that the line drawn which intersect AB and AC at the two points D and E, then this line divides the other two sides in same ratio. So DE divides AD, and AB side is divided in two parts, AD and DB, and AC divided in two parts by E, AE and AC. So we have to prove AD by DB equal to AE by AC. So to prove, we'll have to prove is AD by DB is equal to AE by AC. Okay. Now already we know to prove this we need some constructions to do here. So the construction is according to the proof, required proof, we need some construction, and construction we are doing here. Okay, first draw from D a perpendicular on this line and from E perpendicular on this line. So let the DM and EN are the two perpendicular lines drawn from D and E, and then join DC and join BE. So this is our construction. We will write the same construction here. So construction, what we have done? Construction we have done that draw DM perpendicular on AC and EN perpendicular on AB and join DC and B. Okay, so this construction is done. Now you have to go for proof. What we have to do in proof? First you go through the figure. In triangle A, B, C, D and E are the points on AB and AC, and this D E parallel to BC. We have to prove AD by DB equal to AE by AC. So first you have to find the area of this triangle. Okay. So once we take the base AD and other time we take the base AE. Okay. Now if we take triangle AD, area of ADE, so half into base into height. So half into base will take AD and height will become your EN. Okay. So first you have to find area of triangle ADE. Area of triangle ADE, and that will give you half into base. If you are talking about base is your AD, then height will be your EN. Half into AD into EN. Okay. Now if we talk about this triangle BED, you want to find the area of BED. So for this, if we consider DB as a base, then opposite vertex a perpendicular is here. So EN will be your height. So half into base DB and height your EN. The area of DBE. Next we are finding area of DBE. Area of triangle DBE. Okay. So in this case, half into DB into EN. Okay, DB we have taken the base and EN is your height. Now you take the ratio of these two. Therefore take the ratio of these two. Okay, area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle DBE will give you 1 by 2 into AD into EN divided by half into DB into EN. So EN gets cancelled, half gets cancelled. So finally we'll get here AD by DB. This is your question number 1. Okay. Again we'll see here. Okay, again we want to find the area of ADE. And here this time we take the base is your AE. Then height will be your DM. Okay. So now again area of triangle ADE. Here we'll get half into base we are taking your AE, then height will become your DM. I hope you understood. If we take AE as the base, then DM is the height. Again we are talking about this area of triangle CDE. So EC will take this time base, then DM will be your height. Okay. So now area of triangle CDE. Half into base is your EC, then height is your DM. Okay. Now again we take the LC ratio of these two. So therefore area of triangle ADE divided by area of triangle CDE will give you 1 by 2 into AE into DM from here divided by 1 by 2 into EC into DM. EC into DM. Okay. Here again DM cancel, half cancel. So final result is AE by EC. This is equation number 2. Okay. Now again we see the figure. Okay, here ADE triangle, and what we are talking about these two, BDE triangle and CDE triangle. You will observe both the triangles on the base DE and they lie between the two parallel lines DE parallel to BC. In class 9 we have done a theorem that triangles on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. So that property we are using here, that a triangle this DBE and CDE, triangle DBE and the triangle CDE are on same base. What is the same base? Same base is your DE. Same base DE, and between the same parallels. What are the parallel lines? Same parallels. So parallel is DE parallel to BC. DE parallel to BC. So according to that theorem, we can easily write that the area of this triangle is equal to area of this triangle. So area of triangle DBE is equal to area of triangle CDE. This is your third equation. Now compare the three all together. Okay. Here is number 1 and number 2. Here left side ADE, left side numerator ADE, denominator DBE, denominator CDE. The area of numerator is same, and if you consider the third one, then area of denominator is also the same. The numerator is same, denominator is same, means LCM of this fraction or LCM of these fractions are same. If LHS is same, then RHS also will be equal. Here we will write using 1, 2 and 3 together, we can say AD by DB equal to AE by EC. Here we add the last sentence using 1, 2 and 3, using 1, 2 and 3, AD by DB will be equal to AE by EC, hence proved. So this is the first theorem proved. Definitely if you go twice or thrice the whole steps one by one as I taught you and see the video of this proof twice or thrice, you will get the clear concept how to prove the BPT or Thales theorem. Okay, you go through that twice and thrice. I hope you will understand it. Okay, good. Now we are talking about the corollary of BPT. What is corollary? The corollary states that what is the meaning of corollary? Ki suppose a theorem we have proved BPT. So BPT, look at here, we have proved this theorem for BPT ki AD by DB equal to AE by EC. So this is the result ki if DE parallel to BC, D parallel to BC, then according to BPT we write AD by DB equal to AE by AC. Okay, so this is the result of BPT. Now from this result, if we derive any new result means from the proof of one theorem or result of one theorem, we derive the another result, new result. This new result is called corollary of that particular theorem. Here we are talking about corollary of BPT. Okay, so once again I will show you the figure first. So this is the figure in which one result already we have DE parallel to BC, then AD by DB equal to A by AC. This is your BPT. So from here we can derive the two corollaries. Number one, AD by AB, AD by AB is equal to AE by AC. So AD by AB equal to AE by AC. And second corollary we have for DB by AB, DB by AB is equal to EC by AC, AC by AC. So if we know these two corollary, so by using BPT directly we can use this result also in finding the solution in a sum. This also directly we can use for finding the solution in a sum by the property of BPT. Okay, now we'll go to proof one by one. So this result already we know. In this figure, in triangle ABC, DE is parallel to BC. Then by BPT, AD by DB equal to AE by EC, AD by DB equal to AE by EC. Okay, now in our proof, AD by AB, AD by AB and AE by AC. So here your DB is not there, EC is not there. So we have to eliminate these two results. For eliminating this, first step we go write the reciprocal of this. So it will become your DB by AD equal to AC by AE. Okay, then add 1 both side. Okay, so DB by AD plus 1 will give you AC by AE plus 1. Take the LCM. LCM is your AD. So it will be your DB plus AD is equal to, here LCM is AE. So this is your EC plus AE. From the figure, if you observe, I am again keeping one figure here. From the figure, if you observe, DB plus AD, DB plus AD will give you AB. So here we can write, it implies DB plus AD, DB plus AD will give you AB. So it becomes your AB by AD is equal to, now EC plus AE. The figure you say EC plus AE will give you AC. So here we can write for this AC by AE, and again you take the reciprocal, so you will get AD by AB is equal to AE by AC. This is proved corollary 1. Got it? Once again I repeat, take care, we have to, this result we have from your BPT, and we need to prove AD by AB equal to AE by AC. So AD, AB, AE, AC. Here the term we are finding BD and EC, which is not in the proof. The first case is this, these two you have to eliminate. So technique you have to keep in the mind here, these two things you have to eliminate, so you have to bring this in your numerator. That's why you taken the reciprocal of this. And after that, do the plus 1 both side and simplify, you will get the result. Okay, now I'll go for the second. Again in this proof, second part, in triangle ABC, DE parallel to BC, hence this AD by DB equal to AE by EC by your BPT, using BPT. Now here, to what we have to prove in this case? In this case we have to prove EC by, in this we have to prove DB by AB equal to EC by AC. Okay? DB by AB equal to EC by AC. So here we find AD and AE is missing. So already in the numerator, so nothing to do. Only you do addition of 1 both side. So AD by DB plus 1 will give you AE by AC plus 1. Then take LCM again. If you are taking LCM, so LCM is your DB. It gives you AD plus DB. Here you take LCM EC. It will give you AE plus 1, AE plus EC, AE plus EC. Then AD plus DB, again you find AD plus DB, AD plus DB give you AB. So again you will find in numerator is your AB by denominator is your DB. Here AE plus EC, again AE plus AC gives you AC. Okay, so here we can write AC by AC, AC by AC. Now you take the reciprocal of it, you will get DB by AB equal to EC by AC. So this is the proof, proved corollary part 2. Okay, so I hope you understood how to get the proof of this two corollary. I have to say one thing here, that how we use this BPT. Whenever you get a triangle ABC in which a line is DE which is parallel to BC, then we can take 3 results at a time. AD by DB, AD by DB equal to AE by EC. Second result also we can take AD by AB, AD by AB is equal to AE by AC. And third is your dB by AB, dB by AB equal to AC by AC. So these three results together we can use from BPT. So whenever we use BPT, in using BPT we can take this property also if we require to use, or you can use this, or you can use this, and result we quote as BPC. Clear? I hope you understood the whole concept of BPT. Now afterward we'll go for some questions based on this, how to use BPT in the different sums. Okay, thank you.